Hey guys, Hand Avatar here again today, and welcome back to episode 5 of how to use SHAREfactory. Now, in this episode, we are going to be looking at how to use camera effects and also how to pan and zoom so that you can actually change how close your video is zoomed in and where it's going to zoom in. So you can like add emphasis on a specific point in the video that you want the person to look at. Let's say something's going on in the background, you can zoom it in and they're like, that's happening. Okay, so briefly, I'm going to go over what the different effects are, and then we're going to watch this clip that I made just a few days ago, and it really displays a lot of the filters that we went over last video, but then it also displays a lot of the camera effects, like almost all of them, and it also has pan and zoom near the end. So we're going to briefly go over what the different camera effects are. So when you press X, go to add overlay. Of course, you have your stickers, you have your text. If you go all the way to the bottom, there's camera effects, all right? So there are 7 different camera effects that you can use. There's quake, which is like an earthquake. There's bounce. Just think of a basketball. I will show them each, but we're just going to briefly go over the names and everything so you know what I'm referencing to. There's heartbeat. There's focus. There's stomp. There's drift. And there's pulse. Alrighty, so we are going to briefly watch this video, and then I will open up the unedited version of this video and show you what each of the different camera effects do and basically how to use them to the music. Alright. Alrighty, sweet. So hopefully you could pick out a few of the camera effects that are in there. We've got all these different filters that we use. This was just like a little fun project of mine. You guys have loved it, so thank you so much for that. Make sure to check it out. It's called You're Welcome, as you can see at the end here. And basically, what you do with the camera effects is you always want to use them to the music. It makes it fit so much better, and it's really important to have music, especially if it's a video where you're not talking. If you're talking, you can still use the camera effects, and you use that camera effects to how you're talking. So let's say you suddenly change tone and you say something really funny. You may want it to like zoom in. Let's say you're Rocket League, zoom in on your car, and you're gonna put the text up on the screen or something like that. You can do pretty funny stuff and some pretty cool stuff with camera effects. So I'm just gonna quickly pop the volume down to 0, and I'm just gonna show off just a few, and then we're going to go to the clip, and I'll show you each separately how to use them, how they work, and how to pan and zoom. So firstly, with pan and zoom, as you can see, we've got the full person here. He's dancing around. If we go all the way to the end, see how zoomed in it is on his face, his upper torso and stuff. It changes around how the video looks. It gives a new perspective, and it looks really nice. It looks really professional, especially with the filter that's on. So that's pan and zoom, and how you do that is you're going to press square, and you're going to go to pan and zoom. And see, you can zoom in, you can change where it's looking with the right analog stick, and you can change how far it's zooming in and out with the left analog stick. Now, you do want to be aware that when you do pan and zoom, it will pan and zoom for the entire clip. So that's why you always want to split clip and then do your pan and zoom. So split clip, make a little clip like this, and then everything in here will be panned and zoomed to how you've done it. Now, as for camera effects, we've used quite a few camera effects in this. Of course, we have the focus camera effects right here where it zooms in, zooms out, and at the very end, when it zooms out, we have a 1 heartbeat because you can change the length. So if you want to just bounce once, you're going to use heartbeat, and you're going to make it as short a time as you possibly can. So I'm just going to quickly show this. Zoom in, zooms out, and then boom. All right, and we're into it. We've got color because of the filter, and it's going on its way. Alrighty, and then we have quite a few other ones, but I'm going to show them specifically on the unedited video. So we're going to quickly go add clip, going to go to the unedited one, we're going to add that clip, and we are going to get rid of this one with all of the edits. So we have the full unedited version. I'm just going to get rid of the end here, like this, because I think it had some words in the song that we're using. Don't want that in there. As well as if you want to check out the song, make sure to go to the You're Welcome video, and all the links and everything are there. Alright, so we've got that original zoom in and zoom out effects still there. I think I added that. Yeah, okay, sorry, that's my bad. I did add that one time before I saved the video, just because I edited it in 2 parts. So of course I added the 2 side images on, and then I did the zoom in and out, but nothing else is done to it, alright? So, alright, so that's the focus, okay? I'm just gonna do it over here, just so I can show it off. Alright, so this is the focus one that was at the start. We're gonna go top left, and we're just gonna go across like this. So, quake, alright? So quake is a little bit like an earthquake. It will shake around, and then it will subside. So, shakes around, and it goes back to normal, alright? So we did use that actually in the previous one. It's a really good one to do when you're like doing a huge build up to a bass drop, okay? In your music. Alright, so you can go to camera settings for most, if not all of the camera effects, and you can change the intensity of the earthquake. So let's say you want it only pretty light, you're gonna go all the way down to 10, and see, the shake isn't as much. But if you want to absolutely destroy your viewers' eyes, go all the way up to full, and epilepsy. So you don't want to do too strong intensity on your cameras, because it will put off a lot of viewers. So that is earthquake. It can be very handy. Bounce we did use as well in the previous clip. And what bounce does is it shakes it around and goes back to normal. A bit like earthquake. It's like a cross between earthquake and heartbeat. Okay, you'll see what I mean when you see heartbeat. So it's just single kind of beats going fast, and then it goes back down to normal. See? So that could be very handy as well, especially if it's like a huge bass drop or something. You want the entire video to like shake around as the dancing and stuff, how we did in the edited version. See? Alright, so we're gonna get rid of this camera effects. Alright, heartbeat. This is the most useful, most handy camera effects. I've used it in almost all of my editing. This is what gives that beautiful beat drop, okay? So my tip is always use the duration bar that pops up first if you only want 1 heartbeat. Because if you edit the length, I'm not going to go too much about how to edit length and stuff, because it's the exact same for text, how we did the last episode. But you will get 1 beat if you bring this all the way across like this to 1 second. Alright, so there'll be 1 beat like that. But if you edit it and then go camera duration and you try and edit it down, I've found that it'll give you 2 beats, okay? But basically, heartbeat is very useful. It goes with almost all music. See? It just fits with the beat. It's just perfect, okay? Alright, we'll delete that camera. Alright, drift. Now, drift is like I found it pretty handy, especially in my 24-hour Discord giveaway videos that I've been doing recently, because it makes the camera kind of zoom in a little bit like a pan zoom that's constantly moving. Now, you can't control where it goes. I've found that it usually goes kind of down right a bit. So, of course, you're like, oh, I can transform, I can move it around. That won't change where it zooms in. It's just how it is. So we're going to play. See? It'll kind of zoom in. It's going down right. See? And it just kind of moves around a little bit. You'll be able to see a lot better if you put the intensity up to full. There we go. And it's just kind of zooming around. Alright. Now, we've got stomp. Now, stomp is, it's more of like a comedy effects than anything, because you could use it like as on a bass drop. I'm talking about all these edits for music, because I know most of the editing that people will be doing with the camera effects will be on videos with music to it, because they want it to look more like a montage compilation. They want it to look nicer and stuff. But you could use stomp as just like a like an epic fail or something like that, because all it does is it just shifts your screen down. Just shifts it down a little bit. You can't really see it too much. Got to turn the intensity up. I'm going to increase the duration just a little bit. Alright. See? It just shifts it down a little bit. That's all it does. So I haven't used that one too much. I have in the past, but I haven't used it too much. Focus is a really good one as well. It's kind of like a pan zoom. So we're going to just make it go for a little bit. And we are going to put the intensity... I'm going to leave it at 50. Basically what focus does is it focuses on something. So it will zoom in on the center of your screen. And go all the way back out again. So for about 3/4, it will be zooming in, and then the last quarter, it will zoom back out again. I can't speak. I'm pretty sick at the moment doing this. And then we have our final one, which is pulse. Now, pulse is like heartbeat, a little bit weaker, but twice as fast. Well, it depends on the intensity you have it on. But so if you have a more upbeat music and the heartbeat's too far apart for the type of music that it is, like we did use pulse for the really colorful part, I'm pretty sure on the edit that we did before. And it's like heartbeat, but twice as fast. See? And it goes with the beat. That's why we used it in the last edit. So those are all the camera effects. They basically have the exact same editing as your text and everything like that. The only difference is the intensity and the camera settings here. So you can change the opacity. Doesn't do anything, I don't think. I've never tried it. I think it's just for the sticker for when you're editing, but the sticker does not show up on your final video. It disappears, okay? It will not be there. You don't need to worry about any of this stuff for these camera effects. The only thing you need to worry about is your camera duration, your intensity, which is camera settings, and if you want to delete it, that's how you delete it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, let me know and I will get back to you, hopefully. I'll try and get back to all the comments that I can, especially if I know about it. If I don't know about it, I'll let you know, because I've used it for 2 years, but I don't know everything about SHAREfactory yet. I'm stupid. I forgot how to pan. I forgot to tell you how to pan and zoom. Oh no, I did tell you how to pan and zoom. I'm even more stupid. I'll catch you all next time. See ya.